So I'm going to do something I've never done before, and that is an unboxing for a new Arcteryx acquisition. And the reason for this particular piece is I am one of those people that believes Arcteryx generally made better products in prior generations. And something is distinctly lacking in this current generation of products that I think some may find challenging if you've been an Arcteryx user for a long time. You may notice some changes that are less technically oriented, some moves towards more casual-centric items. But yeah, all that said, there are things I didn't like about certain products available now, and I wanted to go into their past to get a solution. And that leads to this particular item right here. So not going to waste too much time. Let's get into it and see what we got. So I've already done my due diligence of cutting the tape. Let's get this guy open and let's see what we got. All right, what we have here, purchased on eBay, is something that you can't buy anymore, but is really quite cool. This is the Arcteryx Arenite Hoody. This is a fleece jacket, model 16235, and it was found new on eBay at a local seller. Normally, I'm not a big eBay user, but this particular item represented a good value that I didn't want to pass up. And again, with it being available locally, it wasn't too much of a risk for me if something went awry with the transaction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this out of the packaging. I'm going to get it on the hanger. We're going to give it a quick look, make sure everything looks cool and authentic and in good wear. And yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about this product and why I opted for this over some of the fleece items sold by Arcteryx today. So let's take a closer look at this Arenite and make sure it passes the sniff test for authenticity and defects and all that fun stuff you should do when buying anything off eBay. Start at the tag. So this is model 16235 Arenite Hoodie men's. I believe this model is from 2016. And the claim to fame on this particular jacket is it has a more durable face fabric than what you find on the Kyanite, for example, which is Power Stretch Pro. This is what they call Cobblecomb, and it has a twill fleece surface. So this twill surface is allegedly more anti-pilling capable than what the Kyanite is. And in looking at it, I don't see anything that stands out in terms of physical defects. There is no marring of any sort to speak of. I don't see any broken stitches. Definitely no pilling, which is obviously the whole reason you want to buy this thing, is so it's more pilling resistant. Again, no blemishes. Zooming in on the logo, the embroidery is excellent on there, nice and deep. Zipper is very heavy duty. Zooming in on that. And coming into the collar, this is a real trademark Arcteryx design here, where the elastic piping that goes around the hood terminates on both sides. The benefit of this is you don't get that pulled in tight feeling around the throat, and it really leads to that look you expect from Arcteryx layers, where the collar is somewhat extended from the face, giving additional coverage by the chin, coming up towards the bottom lip. And that's an excellent thing to have if you're out in the cold and you want that additional protection and warmth, and you don't get that feeling of constriction on the trachea. In addition, when layering under this, you don't have this collar pulling in against additional layers, causing more pressure against the throat and the trachea, which is a feeling I personally do not like. But in looking at this, looks really, really good. So you have here, from that era, the trademark Arcteryx look, where you have a stitch, seam going across the chest, paneling demarcated from top to bottom. And if you look back and you found yourself saying, hey, why did these products look better in 2016, 2013 compared to now? Well, what you'll find is this design element contributes to that aesthetic that you're probably appreciating but not realizing. Looking at the pockets, you have this rigid textile along the pocket zipper. I've often wondered what this is for, and I speculate it's to add a little bit more rigidity to the zipper when pulling up and down, where if you don't have this reinforcement, essentially the fabric bunches up and is a little bit harder to pull. Technically speaking, you would think that having it like this would be a little bit easier to actuate. So doing it with one hand might be kind of difficult, but with two hands pulling it up is probably really easy with all the bunching up of the fabric as you're pulling it up and down. Not a waterproof zipper, not a heavy duty zipper like featured on the front zip. Something really quite simple. Going down to the hem, there is no adjustment to speak of. Right, just an elastic hem. Same on both sides, nothing to speak of. I'm gonna turn the jacket around now. Looking at the back of the jacket, looks very clean. Even the cuffs aren't showing any signs that someone may have worn this and gotten some soiling from dirt on the wrist around the cuff. Looks real good. Looking at the seams along the shoulders and back, the stitching is just excellent on this. For a jacket this old, probably sitting in a box somewhere, there's no dust, there's no watermarks, there's no sign that tape has touched any of the fabric. It just looks very, very clean. Going down the other sleeve, cuff, again, very clean. And let's go on the inside now. Going on the inside of the jacket, this is referred to as Cobblecomb. I'm not entirely sure why it's called Cobblecomb. I'm not sure. It doesn't have any, I mean, it just looks like a brushed back surface, but this was what it was billed as at the time it was sold. And if I come in and zoom in on this a little bit, it just looks like a slightly higher pile brushed backer. Ventilated pockets with mesh on both sides. Looking at the care tag. Care tag is deep black ink, indicating that this jacket's never been washed. There's no fraying along the edges. So I am comfortable saying that the advertisement on eBay of this being a new with tags jacket, I believe is fully authentic, no concerns. Again, the stitching is just very, very good. Zooming in, see that there, it's excellent. Tag, legitimate. It's got raised lettering on there, so no concerns. I regard this as an authentic, no concerns jacket from eBay. Coming to the top of the collar on the inside, there is a tougher textile that differs from the Cobblecomb or the twill front right here. I assume this is to provide extra durability from facial scruff, oil, body, sweat, lotion, sunscreen, whatever. And it'll mar this part of the textile, but it shouldn't deteriorate the fleece underneath it. So always a benefit of having additional reinforcements around this collar. So talking generally about this jacket, we're looking at a fleece that weighs over 1.1 pounds, athletic fit, hip length, 28-inch center back length. It does have a slight, if I can come down and see here, slight drop hem, which is always nice to get that additional coverage on your behind when you're on ski lifts or just the wind is pounding on you. And all in all, this is a higher end product in my opinion than anything Arcteryx makes right now. So the highest fleece you get in Arcteryx currently is the, I believe, the Kyanite AR Tech Wool. Okay, nice product. I owned it, I sold it, not bad, but this is just a whole different breed of product. It's heavier, it's certainly gonna be warmer. This twill surfaced material is certainly gonna give you many more years of durability. The backer being a slightly higher loft will typically translate to more warmth during usage. And you can see it just looks really cool. It looks like something you would have envied and wanted and desired 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that you just can't get today. It's that classic Arcteryx design. So this hasn't been worn yet. Haven't got it out, been a little bit sick. And the ski resorts here have been closed due to avalanche risk up in the mountains. And yeah, so I'm gonna probably wear this the first chance I can to go skiing and hopefully some of this respiratory nonsense I'm dealing with will be gone by then. But all around, thanks for watching this unboxing and discussion on the Arenite, possibly 2016. Midweight plus fleece. You just can't get any more. Arcteryx, take note. This is what you used to make. Please go back to that. More on this soon.